Hey guys, it's Vi. Welcome back to my channel. If this is the very first time you're here, hi, hello, I am Vi. This video is being made possible because EAGameChanges has given me an early access copy of The Sims 4 My First Pet Stuff pack that is coming out. So this is a different video than anything I've ever put out. I don't usually have an opinion, so to speak, and I don't really have anything to talk about as far as when new packs come out. But here's the thing. This pack has so much controversy right now that I thought I would give you my first impression, my kind of review on the pack, my thoughts on how it was put together, and other stuff. So we can start a discussion down in the comment section. It would be really fun because I'd like to know your point of view. I know that there's a lot of people in the simming community. It was very apparent on Twitter when this was announced that there are very many people who are upset with this idea, thinking that the pack itself should have been stuff that was included with cats and dogs. It seems like nothing but a money grab is what I've seen, and things like this. So, here's my thoughts on this. This pack overall, after looking at the Create a Sim items and looking at the Build Buy items, learning a little bit about how the game mechanics work with this new pet, honestly, like, in all honesty, guys, this pack, I still think it is worth it. Here's the thing. So, in order to use the entire pack, like the pack in its full entirety, you need to have the Sims 4 cats and dogs. If you don't, and you just have Sims 4 base game, you may think, but I'm only getting like half a pack. Why would I do that? You're not really getting half a pack. Okay, so I did some number crunching, and I looked at how many items there are in Create a Sim. So in Create a Sim, there are a total of 26 items that I personally counted, and there are 10 of those that are accessible without a pack. So those numbers don't seem good because there are 16, which is almost half, that you can't use, kind of thing. But you have to understand that that is for cats, that is for large dogs, and that is small dogs. Aside from that, you have access to everything else. So what EA has done is they have said, okay, if you don't have the pack, this is what I think is such a neat concept. They have gone, if you don't have the pack, that doesn't mean you can't have this stuff pack coming out. You still get access to a lot of goodies, and it is still worth a stuff pack price. And I agree with that. So, okay, I told you what was in CAS. In Create a Sim, or in the Build Buy mode, you have a total of 33 objects that I personally was able to count. So that's 33 objects. There are 26 objects that you can 100% use with no restrictions if you don't have cats and dogs. That means, folks, there are seven items that you can use but won't be functionable. So we're talking like pet beds, we're talking cat scratch things or water bowls and those kinds of things. There's only 7 that you won't be able to use. That's a stuff pack. To me, it was like the fact that they tied in to the cats and dogs was kind of like, I won't say it was an afterthought. I'm gonna say it was more like bonus content for those who have this pack. You also get these goodies included, which is kind of cool. If you have a pack, see, this is how I feel about this. So EA has this cats and dogs pack that did extremely well, and there are so many simmers that have it. They had gameplay that they wanted to expand on, which is like the little rodents that you can get, the small animals, the mice, the hedgehog, and all this. Okay, so they wanted to add this kind of stuff. In any business, you only have a set amount of time, a set amount of people, and a set amount of money per pack or per expansion or per thing that you're working on. They could have done like and gone the cheap route and thrown these things into an expansion pack, and they wouldn't be as developed. So you would have, you know, more or less like a static pet that you could interact with little bit and little bit here, kind of like how they have done babies, but they have taken it a step farther where your pets can have secret lives and they go off and do things and they can earn you money. And it's gameplay we have never, ever, 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 ever seen. And I think that them throwing it in with more pet stuff, it wasn't an afterthought. I think it's more like a bonus for those who have it. So standing, like from a business standpoint, it was also smart, and here's why. You have this pack that's doing so well. When you have another pack that you put out that is supposed to complement your expansion, people are going to be compelled to buy this to get the extra content for their game. Those who have base game and they want this new stuff pack, they buy it because they want these cute little critters in their game and they want some of these objects and things. After playing with that, they would be compelled then also to purchase the expansion pack because they would like to experience everything, like the bonus stuff. So I was thinking about the stuff packs in game because I know a lot of people are going to be like, no, it's not worth it. It's like a half a pack. I'm still standing by that. Here's the thing. If you think back to the Spooky Day stuff pack, I believe it was called Spooky Day. So the one object that they really gave us that was kind of fun and really different and the most interactive of those things was the pumpkin carving station. The pumpkin carving station allowed you to carve jack-o'-lanterns, which you could use for decorations, you could smash them, they had fun making them, you know, ghosts could wear them on their head, and that was pretty much the extent of it. So when you get a stuff pack, you usually have like maybe one, maybe two little bitty items that do things, and that's it. Guys, that's what you get with this stuff pack. The like bulk of it for this stuff pack are the little hamster critters that you get, but they have developed them well beyond that of the pumpkin carving station. So even if you didn't have cats and dogs and you just wanted it, the pack itself, the $10 or whatever it is where in your country, it's worth it in my opinion because you're paying for that little creature and you're paying for the other stuff. Any of the other content that is specific for cats and dogs is more like a bonus. And I know there were a lot of people that were saying, yeah, well, I already own it, so they should just give it to me. When are you ever really given stuff? Like, it still took people, it still took time, it still took money to put these things together, and it wasn't free for them. Why would they make it free for someone else? I understand that there are updates and stuff, but this is like new objects and stuff. It's different. We have been blessed to get free things like toddlers, guys. That was a free update. And it's like, you guys there's so many people that are so upset about a few items in a stuff pack for $10. But I guarantee that if they had made a toddler stuff pack or a toddler game pack and made you buy it, there would have been the same kind of upsettedness saying this should have been a free update, yada yada. They can pick and choose what they want to do. That's the beauty of being the business. We're the consumers. So honestly, I don't think that this whole, like overall, my opinion on this stuff pack is it's a great idea. It gave EA a chance to expand on something that they are passionate about. It's a pack that the cats and dogs did really good, like I said, and it gave them a chance to really expand on a couple other things where I feel if they had been compelled to put it in an expansion, if they would have included it, I don't think that it would have been as vibrant as it is now. It would have been lesser, and it would have felt like, oh, well, you just put these small animals in here as an afterthought, if that makes any sense to you. So I don't know. There's so many different conflictings, you know, is it worth it? Is it not worth it? After having the pack for a couple days and reviewing and looking to see what it is, all like what everything is in it, the objects that you get, you know, the extra added gameplay bonuses of stuff, I have no complaints. I really don't. I think that this stuff pack is worth the $10. It's got enough objects that whether you own the pack or not, I mean, guys, think about it this way. They actually thought this through and said, hey, you know what? If you don't have the pack, like if you don't have cats and dogs, we're still going to give you access to this. I'm sorry, but I have played so many other games, and if you don't have specific expansions, they don't just let you run around in these worlds. Like, if you play World of Warcraft and you don't buy an expansion, they don't let you go to those new areas. Like, they don't exist. EA has given you these objects, whether or not they're actually functional, you can still build houses with them, and you can still do this. It's like, there's hardly any restriction, especially if you compare it to these other games out there. They're like, oh, you don't have that expansion? Well, you can't even see the new stuff. This one gives them to you. Like I said, there were literally 7 items in the build buy mode that I counted that are dependent on having pets. I'm sorry, but out of that many items, 7 you can't actually interact with, but you can still build and you have access to all their colors and everything. That's pretty darn good for a stuff pack overall. That's my opinion, and I'm lucky to be able to give my opinion. So let's start a discussion in the comment section. I would like to hear your thoughts on whether or not you feel that it is fair for them to do an expansion stuff pack for an expansion, basically. Is it not fair? What do you think about having any restrictions, whether you have the base game only, or having no restrictions if you own Cats and Dogs expansion? I genuinely would like to know what you have to say. You heard what I think. I think it is worth it overall, and that, I don't know, honestly guys, if I didn't have the Cats and Dogs, I probably would still plunk down the $10 to get the cute little hamsters and all that new stuff as just a regular stuff pack and treat it just as a stuff pack, which is what is intended for. Because I have it and I do own Cats and Dogs, for me it was like a bonus that I got more objects for my Cats and Dogs. I don't feel like it was a last-ditch effort and that they held stuff back on purpose. I think they really wanted to develop more and just didn't have the time or money or the resources, etc. And they really wanted to develop this. I thought it was a brilliant idea. So I really want to know what you guys have to say, because I could sit here and ramble about this all I want. But yeah, this is my review overall of the whole thing. I think that they did really well. The objects you get, the clothing that you get, just everything about it, the stuff pack itself, I have no complaints. So that was me rambling for I have no idea how long, and I hope we can start a discussion. So that was my thoughts and feelings on this new stuff pack coming out, The Sims 4 My First Pet, and kind of just like the idea of an expansion, or just like a stuff pack that has to do with an expansion. Honestly, I kind of want to see if they do something like this in the future, because, you know, for instance, let's say that this new jungle adventure does really well. I'd pay for a stuff pack that gave me access to, you know, like an altar to pray to the jungle gods or something else, you know, or more jungle themed stuff. And, you know, maybe it would open up a couple extra things if I owned Jungle Adventures, but you know, kind of treat it like they have this one, that if you don't have it, you have access to everything, just not everything works 100%. I don't know, I just think it's such a neat idea, and if a pack is that good, like, I would be happy to have more stuff packs. Sims 3 had the Sims 3 store, where you could pay money, $10, and buy a couple items. I think this is kind of along the same lines as this, just not with the store, but they're doing it with stuff packs instead. That's just my thought. Anyways, like I said, I could literally sit here and ramble about this for hours, because I had lots of things kind of going through my head about what I wanted to say, and I don't even know if I said everything I wanted to. But start those discussions, give me a like if you liked the video, follow me to stay up on other news or whatever. I have vlogs, I have lots of Sims 4 content, and yeah. That's about it, guys. So I'm gonna sign off here. Thank you so much for being here today. Go out there and be a pineapple, stand up tall, wear a crown, and be sweet on the inside. I will see each and every one of you guys next time. Bye!